See, look. Look. She's just hanging out in the cat bed. Look at this. I just opened it. She's not even jumping out. Stella, Splash, Simba, Boo, Sammy, Richard, Nancy, Goldie, Ziggy, Ringo, Eva, Hydrox, and Ditto. The Lucky Ferals. It is 6:30 a.m. Good morning, Boo. I'm checking on Boo. I haven't seen him since last night. You doing good, Boo? He was laying up here on the day sofa when I walked in, but I did check the security camera footage when I woke up, and I don't think he slept much at all last night because he was moving around a lot, like walking around the room. So he ate most of what was left of his dinner yesterday. I'll give you breakfast. Boo's the only cat getting like real food for breakfast. I defrosted his smooth raw food for him. The other cats are all going to get crunchies for breakfast again. I have to be out of here in 1 hour and 15 minutes. At least today I don't have as far to drive, and I also don't have to bring a cat with me. So that's good. Hey, Boo. But I don't know how long it's going to take before I get back. Like, I have to see how long this meeting is going to be. Hey, Boo, hey, Boo, hey, Boo. So I'm glad Boo's doing good. He has his music on. It's just really, really low. And I laid down in this room for an hour last night from like 10 to 11. But then I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go to bed. And then I slept really good. I slept really good. How you doing, Boo? How you doing? How you doing? How you feeling? Okay. Good? Doing good? You feeling good? You still under a little bit of the anesthesia effects? Okay. He wants to eat. That's why he's near the food. I'll give you your food in a little bit, okay? Let me get dressed, okay? All right, you relax, Boo. You relax. Here's Splash. She's hanging out under the palm tree. I just gave Boo his breakfast. He's having some homemade raw food. This is smooth chicken. And this is Boo's Certificate of Bravery. This certificate is awarded to Boo in recognition of great courage shown during your dental procedure. Isn't that nice? This is what Boo got yesterday at the vet's office. So because Boo no longer has any loose teeth, once his mouth heals, he should be able to eat a lot better. Hopefully. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning, Eva. Good morning, Ziggy. Good morning, Goldie. Good morning, Sammy. So these guys are going to stay downstairs until I get back. Right, Sammy? So the Lucky 7 is actually having a little bit of canned food. I opened up a can of Reveal tuna that I had. So they're all splitting that, and then I had a can of Friskies salmon pate, so they're all splitting that. I don't know why Richard's not eating, but he should come back and eat. Here's the round cat carrier, and so far, nobody has used it on their own. I put a comfy cat bed inside. I even sprayed it with the Pet Remedy spray, which usually attracts the cats, but they're kind of afraid to go into it. I've picked some of them up, put them in there. The minute they go in there, they jump out. So they're very suspicious of it. But what I was thinking would make this like a perfect cat carrier is if the top part was not attached to the bottom part, but clamped on. Like there were very secure clamps all the way around and not these very delicate screws. Because what would be wonderful is, like, let's imagine that the blue part comes off. So this one's not assembled yet. The bottom part is inside the top part. So imagine the top part's not here. You just have the bottom part, right? So you have a cat bed. And let's say we put a cat bed in there. The cats would go in there because they're not going to be afraid of it. It's just going to be a cat bed. Now, if this top part had the door on, and the top part with the door on was like separate from the bottom part, then it would be so easy when a cat's laying in the bed to just take this whole top part, place it right over the cat, and then clamp all the clamps around it, if you understand what I'm saying. So right now it's all like different screws. So it would be very, very difficult to do that because you would have a cat inside and you would have to then very delicately go around and put all the screws in. But if there was some sort of really sturdy clamp, so all you have to do is put the top on and then like clamp it around, maybe like 6 different clamps around, that's really gonna attach it to the bottom, then all you need to do is pick up the top. In my mind, that would be like a perfect cat carrier. So you'd have the option to keep the top part clamped to the bottom and take the top off like this, like how it is now, so the cats could use it like this. Or if cats are afraid of using it like this, then you could put the top on, the top door on, so it's secure. And then you could unclamp this entire top piece from the bottom piece. Then the cats could use it like an open cat bed. And then if a cat's in there like an open cat bed, you just take the whole top, put it right over them, and then clamp it around the sides, and you're good to go. Like, that would be amazing. That would be such a great cat carrier. It is 4:30 p.m. and I just came in the room to check on Boo. Here he is. He just came out. Every time I come in the room, he comes out from wherever he is. So what happened was several hours ago, I gave him a churu. He ate about half of it, and then he went under the day sofa. So to me, that means his mouth is bothering him. And, you know, I'm sure he's in pain. He had a deep cleaning yesterday, and they extracted 4 teeth. When I had my wisdom tooth extracted, and when Boo had his previous fang extracted, like, there wasn't a whole lot of pain. I had my wisdom tooth removed with local anesthesia, so they just gave me like Novocaine, and they just yanked out the tooth. The worst part of the whole procedure was actually feeling them just yank a tooth out of my head, the pressure of that. But afterward, I never had to take a painkiller. I was not in any pain. And when Boo was dealing with his previous fang loss, he was never really in pain. But the one time that I had a deep cleaning at the dentist, like I was going to a different dentist and she wanted to like deep clean like half of my mouth, that was probably like the worst dental pain I've ever dealt with. Like the night after that cleaning, it was so bad. I had to go to CVS and buy Tylenol, and I never take any kind of over-the-counter pain medicine ever. And the fact that I had to go buy Tylenol for that, I mean, I was just in so much pain. So I can imagine Boo's not too comfortable. He did take the gabapentin last night. He gets it at 7 p.m., but I'm only supposed to give it to him once a day. So he'll get the next dose in a few hours. It's 4:30. So he'll get it in about 2.5 hours. So he just needs to hang in there. This is what was left of the churu. And he seems to be in good spirits. You know, he seems to be in good spirits. He ate all his breakfast. He had no problem eating his breakfast. So he's doing very good. You're a very good patient, Boo. You're a very good patient. I came in here to lay down for 15 minutes. That's all I have right now. I'm exhausted from being up early, from being out of the house early. I feel like all I'm doing is going back and forth today between like here and the office and dealing with stuff, and I just want to lay down for 15 minutes. Then I have to finish up some work before 5 p.m. So that's the deal. I cannot wait until this week is done. It is 10:15 a.m. and here's Boo. Hello, Boo. So Boo had breakfast today. He had homemade raw food. It was smooth chicken. He ate all of it. So then I gave him some of the Merrick rabbit pate with a little bit of warm water mixed in. And he ate most of that also. There's just some there. There's a lot of like gravy when I mix the water in. So Boo's getting really good hydration. So I scooped the litter box yesterday. I mean, I scoop it every night. But when I scooped it yesterday, I noticed that Boo has not pooped yet. But he took a giant poop in the carrier on the way to the vet the day before yesterday. And they say sometimes it could take like 72 hours after anesthesia for a cat to poop. So we're on poop watch with Boo. How you doing, Boo? And He's been really active. Like, he has not been sleeping. I don't know what's going on with that. So last night I came in here, it was probably almost midnight, and I laid down on the day sofa. I was like, yeah, maybe I'll try to sleep here. And I fell asleep, and then I woke up around 2 a.m. and Boo was walking around, and then I fell asleep again, and I woke up at 4 a.m. and Boo was still walking around. He, he'll lay down for a few minutes, and then he'll like get up and go to the windows, and then he'll get up and then walk on the day sofa, and then he'll jump down to the floor. Like, he just hasn't been sleeping a lot. So I don't know if that's from the gabapentin. Like, I don't know. But even during the day, he's not as sleepy as he has been. So we'll see what happens. There has been no blood at all with his mouth, no blood. So I hope it's healing okay. He's still on soft food. How you doing, Boo? He's enjoying being in his room. And last night, I was playing the second Music for Cats album. So I've been using Music for Cats Volume 1 for Boo, and it's been like miracle music for getting him in the carrier and keeping him relaxed. And then there's also a Volume 2, so I was playing it on the TV in the living room for the first time. And I don't know, I really don't know what effect it had on the cats because I was doing other things at the time, but I know for myself it's very relaxing. And then when I went to bed, I shut it off, so maybe we'll try Volume 2. I also ordered the CDs from David Ties. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his last name, but from his website. So hopefully we'll get the CDs in soon. I mean, I have the music on streaming, but I do notice a difference when I listen to music on a CD at like best quality versus over streaming. There is usually a difference. So that's why I figured let me get the CDs. And then also, it's a nice way to support the artist. So that's what I did. Right, Boo? You gonna relax today, Boo? Your mouth bothering you? Here's Boo. He's finally laying down and relaxing. And based on my observations of him, I wanted to look up side effects of gabapentin and how long it lasts in a cat system. And I found that it usually lasts 8 to 12 hours. And that does make sense because, Boo's been getting it around 7 p.m. That means in the morning, like around this time, like right now it's around 10 a.m., most of it is worn off of him already because it says it usually lasts 8 to 12 hours, and it's been more than 12 hours. So that's something that I do notice with him. I feel like if he has any mouth pain, it's usually greater in like the morning and during the day versus at night when he's had the medicines. That's why I was figuring, this is definitely not like 24-hour medicine. I don't know why the vet did not say to give it to him every 12 hours, but he's just getting it every 24 hours. I'm just going to do what the vet says. And the most common side effect is like sleepiness and like fatigue or lethargy, and Boo does not have that. So that's what's going on. It is 12:30 p.m. and I just got Nancy in this carrier by using the spider toy. So this is the stick from the spider toy. The spider toy is actually inside the carrier with Nancy. I'm going to have to figure out how to get the spider part out. But all she did was jump in a few times, and then I let her jump out a few times. And then one time she jumped in, and I just grabbed the top, and I put it on. It was super easy to get her in the carrier. So what I want to do is I want to test it out as far as like carrying this around and just seeing how bulky it is and stuff like that. I just put the carrier with the cat bed and Nancy on the scale, and the scale says 19.5 pounds. So, it's almost 20 pounds, worth of cat to carry around. Obviously the carrier has weight and the cat bed has weight. Nancy was doing really good. She wasn't even crying or anything. But now she's a little bit agitated. I'm going to take her outside for a little while and see what she does. I just put her on the chair here because it's really wet. It was raining this morning and I just feel like there's fleas everywhere. And if I put her on the ground somewhere, like she's just going to attract fleas. I could put her in the car and like drive around the block, but I don't know if I want to do that. I don't want to freak her out too much. I really just wanted to test out the carrier to see what it's like, how sturdy it is to hold a cat. So this is the handle. It feels pretty sturdy. It's similar to the handles on the rectangle ones. It might be a little bit thinner, but it does feel secure when I carry this. The only thing that's different is there's not much of a lip here to hold on to. So for the rectangle ones, I'll usually carry it by the handle, but also hold on to like a side of it or even hold on to underneath it. So I'm going to try doing that with this one, but like I said, there's not much to hold on to on the side. And I guess I could carry this without the handle, just like put my arms around it. And so we'll see how that goes. So Nancy's been doing really good, and the easiest way to carry this is actually by the handle, like right in front of me, and either putting a hand here on the side or actually underneath it. That seems to be the most comfortable way to carry it, because when you do carry it like on its, when you do hold the handle and carry it like to the side of you, it's an awkward shape to do that. So she seems much calmer in this one than in the rectangle shape. I think I saw a flea on the side of it, so we're going inside. We just came back inside. Nancy's starting to howl. Overall, I think I do like this shape. Obviously, there's some adjustment and getting used to the new shape because it is ergonomically different than the other, more rectangular carrier, but I think this will be good. See, look. She's just hanging out in the cat bed. Look at this. I just opened it. She's not even jumping out. You coming out? Nancy, you coming out? What are you doing? Are you coming out? You coming out? And there's the cat bed. She squashed some sides, but other than that, I think it's perfect. Here's the carrier with the cat bed inside, but no cat inside, and it is 4.73 pounds. That means that Nancy weighs 14.77 pounds. Wow. So Nancy has definitely gained weight. She was only probably around 10 to 12 pounds 2 years ago when she went to the vet, but she was also a bit smaller 2 years ago when she went to the vet. So she's definitely gained weight. We got to cut back on her crunchies, but it's really hard to cut back on her crunchies when she eats everyone else's. Here's Nancy and Richard. And I have to say that Nancy is one of the more active cats in the house. Like, I think Sammy is the most active cat in the house, followed by Ziggy's pretty active, and Nancy and Richard. Those are like the four most active cats in the house. And yeah, Nancy's been definitely eating a lot of crunchies. So we gotta cut back on those. The problem is, what I do is, like, I give all 7 of them their plates downstairs. And so say I give all of them a little bit of crunchies, Nancy will eat whoever does not eat theirs. So I'm gonna have to probably change that. So I'm not gonna be able to just give everyone like a tablespoon of crunchies. I'm only gonna be able to give it to the cats that want to eat it. And if they don't want to eat it, then I'm not going to leave food out that Nancy's then going to go and finish. It's pretty much the same thing like with Stella. Stella will finish anyone else's food who doesn't finish. Nancy's the same way. Hello, Richard. Good job, Nancy. You did good. You did good, Nancy. It's almost 1 p.m. and here's Ringo. Ringo is looking at the inside of this carrier, but about 5 minutes ago, Richard was inside the carrier. He was sitting inside the carrier. And I was on the couch. I was sitting on the couch talking on the phone. And then when I stood up, I was like, oh my gosh, Richard is in the carrier. So I came over here and I grabbed the cover for it, like the door for it. And I was going to try to put it on and get him in there, but then he got nervous and he came out. But maybe I'll be able to do that someday. I mean, it's still really early with these carriers. I have to put this one together, and I have another one in my car. So what happened was when I went to pick up Boo from his dental appointment, there was a Marshall's on the way, and I was maybe 20 minutes early. So I was like, let me pop into the Marshall's. Let me see if they have this palm tree scratcher. They didn't have a palm tree scratcher, but they had one of these round carriers. So I was like, I might as well get it, you know. So now I have 3 of these round carriers, and we'll see if the cats like them better. And then if they do, I could potentially get rid of some of the older carriers, or, you know, the ones that I don't trust, like the soft-sided carrier and then that sport pet carrier, because those have both been broken out of. You know, the thing about any kind of cat supplies is that they're easily donatable to like local shelters or rescue groups. So that's what I usually do. I never just throw anything out. I always donate it to someone who can use it. It is 1:15 and I just got Richard in the carrier. I literally just picked him up. I put him in the carrier, put the top on, secured it. Now he's in the carrier. There's Nancy. So I am going to take him outside. First, I'm going to weigh him also. I got to get the scale again. I put it away. So I'll weigh him in the kitchen, and then I'm going to take this outside, and we'll just walk around with him a little bit also. The carrier with Richard weighs 18.84 pounds. So Richard is lighter than Nancy. He's bigger than she is, but he's lighter than she is. Richard is 14.11 pounds. So now that I think about it, when Boo was just at the vet a few days ago, he's not even 14 pounds. He's like 13.75 pounds. So Richard weighs more than Boo, and Nancy weighs more than Boo. So Richard's being very vocal. I'm gonna take him outside, and we'll see how he does walking around. We're outside on the chair. He's not happy at all. But at least he looks comfortable on the cat bed. Richard, we're not going anywhere. We're just testing out this carrier. Listen, we're not going anywhere, okay? Just relax. Relax, Richard. We're just getting air, okay? We're just getting air. Richard, we're just getting air, okay? We're just testing out this carrier, okay? Just relax. Just relax. The one nice thing about it is that they can be nice and comfortable in a cat bed. I just walked Richard around the patio, and he's now hiding under the cat bed. So he's definitely not happy. The carrier definitely works best when you carry it like in front of you with one hand on the handle and then like another hand underneath supporting it. I think that's really the way to go. So what I normally do when I take the cats to the vet is I'll put like a little backpack on. So like whatever's in my purse, I'll put in like a little backpack purse, and then I'll have my backpack on, and then it's really easy to have both hands free to carry a carrier. So I think this will work well. I haven't tested it in a car yet, but I'm not going to do it now with Richard because he's kind of freaking out. Although he has calmed down now that he's under the cat bed, which makes me realize that I will need to figure out some kind of cover for this. Like I do have like the brown blanket cover for the rectangle cat carrier. I'm going to have to figure out some kind of cover for this round one. But do you see how calm he is now? He's like nice and calm. So that just, that's a reminder to me to make sure that I get some kind of cover for these. We're back inside. I just opened up the door. You coming out, Richard? You coming out? Good boy. Good boy. We have to remember that Richard has not left the house since he came back from his neuter surgery. So he was trapped, brought into the house in a trap. He left the house in the transfer cage. He came back in the transfer cage, went back into the trap. The next day he was let out of the trap, and he has not been out of the house since then. Here's Nancy. So that was really his first time in a carrier going anywhere. Like just even going outside. So I know he does not want to live outside again. I know that because he was not happy out there at all. He's like, I don't want to be outside. And it was also Nancy's first trip in a carrier, even though it was only out to the patio. So I think both of them did really, really good. It's 3 p.m. and I am checking on Boo. He's doing good. He's still not sleeping. I wonder if he has insomnia. Like, I have not seen him get any really good sleep since he's been back from the vet. What you doing, Boo? I'm going to give him a churro. See if he'll eat it. I'm in the process of editing a video, which I'd like to get done today, finally. It's taking forever because so much stuff has been going on. How you doing, Boo? Let me lay down with you for 10 minutes? Let me lay down for 10 minutes? Okay. It is 3:30 p.m. and I was laying down in Boo's room. I ended up falling asleep a little bit. I was taking a nice nap and then I woke up and I looked out the window and I was like, it feels like it's gonna rain. Like all of a sudden it started getting windy. And then I heard things like blowing around and I was like, uh-oh, I better go and take the umbrella down because it was, all open. Well, my neighbor's umbrella, I could see it from here, is like all blown over. And it looks like their storm door is blown open. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. So I just ran outside really fast and put the umbrella down. And yeah, it looks like we're getting just a quick storm rolling through. Here's Simba, he's hanging out in this cat tower. It is really windy out and it's raining really hard. But the weather forecast for the rest of the week, like after today, is just nothing but sunshine and beautiful weather. So I'm hoping that's true. The past few days have been really nice. So I don't mind a rainy day. It's really helping me get some stuff done around the house. It's just nice to have a day where I don't have to be out early and be running around all day. It is a little bit after 7 p.m. and it's time for Boo's medicine. So I gave him a churro. This is a chicken churro. And I put the gabapentin in it. He's not the biggest fan of chicken churros, so I have to put a little bit of the Fortiflora on top. Then he'll usually eat it. Now he's eating it, and we are on the same little envelope of this Calming Care Fortiflora that we've been using for the past several days now. So he only gets a tiny, tiny bit on top of some of his food to entice him to eat it. So if he eats all of this, then I'll give him his food. I just scooped all the litter boxes. I put food outside for Cousin Oliver. And I still need to put fresh water in the water bowls inside, and then I'll get his food ready, and I also need to vacuum upstairs today. I've been putting myself on a vacuum schedule, but it's been like an every other day vacuum schedule. So like today I'll do upstairs, yesterday I did downstairs, the day before that I did upstairs. I think it's just easier for me to split it up that way instead of doing like the whole house, which takes up more time. It is 9:40 p.m. and I'm playing with the cats. Nancy's upstairs with the OG4. Boo's still in his room, so I'm with Stella, Splash, and Simba. And Stella's hanging out in the carrier. She loves this carrier. And sometimes she likes to sleep here. And right now she's hanging out here. She's glaring at me right now because she's not too happy with Nancy. She's been watching Nancy. Nancy's been good. She has not been attacking anybody. So everyone's been getting along. Here's Simba. Simba's been growling at Nancy. Like if Nancy gets too close to Simba, then Simba growls. Like a siren. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.